Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. So in today's tutorial I'm going to use the Princess D'Arbossier pattern that I created earlier on one of my videos to make a blouse, and this blouse is going to have a detachable peplum blouse. So this is going to be a part one of two parts for this video. Okay, so in this video we're gonna make the blouse. All right, so I've cut out my pattern pieces for both the front and the back. So now I'm going to use a fusible interface on the patterns so it can make the blouse to be more stable. Okay, so I'm just using a lightweight fusible interface, as you can see here. So what I'm gonna do is take the pattern pieces. This is for the front, the side front. I'm going to place it on my fusible interface. So make sure that the sticky side faces up, because this is what will adhere to the fabric. All right, so now you put your iron on low heat and then you just go ahead and press it down just like I'm showing you here. I like to iron mine on first before going ahead and cut it, but for some people they like to cut it together with the pattern. So whichever way you prefer, it's okay, so long as you make sure that you iron on the interface to your fabric very well. All right, so now I've done pressing it down, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, once you finish cutting it out, go ahead and use your iron and give it another press. And this is what it looks like once you finish cutting it out. So I've gone ahead and cut the front pieces out, and then once you finish with that, this is how it looks like, both the side pieces and the center front. And now these are the for the back. I also iron the fusible interface for the back. So as you can see, I have two center backs because we're going to have a zipper, and as well as two side backs. Okay, okay, now so the next thing we're going to do for the front is to add the wording. This is so we can pad the front. Okay, so I'm using a wording, and then I'm going to place the side pieces like so. So you're going to place your side pieces on the wording like I'm showing you here, and we'll be tracing from the bust area to the under bust area. Okay, so I'm just marking that out, and then I'm going to go ahead and trace it out. Okay, so the wording is going to stop on the bust area. If you want, you can measure it, but I prefer to just use the already cut out pattern and follow the same shape and cut the wording out. Okay, so once you trace it out, you just lift it up. Like I said, the padding will end on the under bust, so I just lift it up and then draw a straight line and cut along that. Then you're going to go ahead and cut out the rest of the pieces. Okay, so this is what it looks like once you cut it out. As you can see, the bust area is going to be well padded. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the other side. All right, so these are for my side pieces. As you can see, it's all ready. So what, after you cut it out, you go ahead and use the iron and press it down. All right, so I'm just placing a notch on the under bust area, and now I'm going to cut out the center front. So I'm going to follow the same shape. However, I for the front, the center front, you're going to leave like about 1 inch from the neck area. So that's where you're going to start to trace and cut out the wording for the center front. Just watch closely. Okay, first I'm just going to trim off the excess. Then I can position the center front better on the wording. So like I said, you're going to leave about 1 inch or 1.5 inches from the neckline area, so you can cut out the wording. Okay, so what I did was I used the two side fronts and kind of gauge and make sure that the center front is going to match the side fronts. So now I've finished cutting them out, and this is what it looks like. All right, so it's 1 inch away from the neckline for the center front. So now the next thing is to join the pieces together. So I'm going to join the sides to the center front. So you're going to start from the hem, and you will join using 1/2 inch as seam allowance to join the pieces together. Okay, so once you mark out the 1/2 inch, you just go ahead and pin it. You keep pinning it, and when you get to the curved area, you have to pivot your the piece. You continue to pivot on it until you reach to the armhole area. So I'm just showing you when you get to the curved area of the on the breast area, you can see how I'm turning it. So it's better you know to pin this all around before taking it to your sewing machine to sew. All right, so as you're pinning, you keep pivoting the pieces just like I'm showing you here. Okay, so as you can see, everything matched up. Okay, so once you finish pinning it, this is what it looks like so far. So I'm gonna do the same for the other side. All right, so this is what it looks like for both sides once you finish pinning them. So if you haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload new video. All right, so I've gone ahead and sewn the sides to the center front, and now I am going to give it a good press. So this is where the tailor's ham or tailor's ball that I made in my previous video comes in handy, because you're going to use it to iron the bust area very well. Okay, so you're going to open up the seams like I'm showing you here, and then you use your iron to iron it flat. So take your time and make sure you iron very well so that you will not have like a bulk in the to be showing in the front when you're done with the blouse. Okay, so this the iron usually takes a lot of time, but you just have to have patience. Make sure you take your time and iron very well so everything can lay flat and nice. Okay, so you're just gonna use your tailor's ball like I'm showing you, and keep opening the seams and ironing them flat. So this will give it a very defined curve in the front once you're finished sewing the blouse. All right, so as you can see, I've done ironing the front, and I see how defined the bust area is. Okay, this is the front, and it looks very nice after the iron. Okay, these are my my back pieces, and I'm going to join the sides to the center back. And remember, we have a zipper in the back, so you're just going to come from the hem as well and join the sides to the center back. All right, so once you finish joining it, then you go ahead and join the shoulders. The back and the front are the shoulders, and these are my linings. So the linings were cut out the same way as the main fabric and also joined the same way. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do is sew the sides. So I've joined the sides and leaving the zipper open. I did the same thing for the lining, as you can see. So now we are going to use the lining to turn out the fabric. Okay, so you're going to lay the main fabric just like I'm showing you here, side with the right side facing up. So you're going to place the right side of the lining down, so the right side of the main fabric and the right side of the fabric is going to be matching. Okay, so we're going to start pinning on the neck area. So I pin the neck area, matching the shoulder seams. Now you're going to pin the seam allowance for the zipper. Okay, once you're done that, you go ahead and pin the hem line. You pin the hem line together, matching all the seams with the lining. So you're going to make sure you take your time doing this. Make sure all the seams match together. Okay. Okay, so you're also going to pin the zipper area. So now we'll be sewing from the neckline down to the zipper line and then down to the hem, and then you're going to leave the sleeve opening, because that's where we're going to turn it out from. Alright, so this is what it looks like after I've finished sewing the lining to the main fabric. Okay, so as you can see, I sewed down the zipper area, and the only thing left open is the armhole area. So I'm going to just turn out the fabric from there. So once you turn it out, this is what it looks like, and you're going to go ahead and use your iron and give it a good press. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to join the zipper. I'm going to attach the zipper and also the sleeve. So the sleeve that I'm using is a puff sleeve, a short puff sleeve, and I made a tutorial on how to draft the pattern. So I will put the link in the description box so you can watch that. Okay, so what I did is that once I cut out my sleeve from this side, from the sleeve head, take off about 4.5 inches on each side. So you're going to mark out 4.5 inches. Okay, so from there you will gather the rest of the sleeve head. Okay, and that's exactly what I did for my sleeve. As you can see, I gathered from the 4.5 inches on both sides, and this is what it will look like. So I'm going to sew that onto my blouse, but before then I'm going to use I decided to use a band to finish up the hem, but you don't have to do this. You can use the elastic and just hem the hem area if you want, but I'm going to use a band. So the band I use is going to be the length of the sleeve round, and it's about 1.5 inches folded. All right, so I'm going to pin it down and take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So once you finish sewing it, the next thing will be to attach it to the blouse, and then we'll be almost done with this beautiful blouse. Okay, so this is the sleeve, as you can see when you attach it, and that's what it looks like on the blouse. All right, so I've attached it and also attached the zipper, and I hope this tutorial has been helpful. So I've done this kind of tutorial before, and you can look through my channel and you see it's still the same concept. Okay, so remember, this is the part 1. The second part is going to be to create the belt. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe so you can watch that when I upload.